In medicine, consensus is comforting. It forms the bedrock of the standard of care. It feels safe. It feels settled. But what if the consensus isn't just slightly off? What if it is directionally backward? Dr. Marty Makary's book Blind Spots is an autopsy of medical dogma. It chronicles how groupthink among experts has led to some of the biggest public health failures in modern history. For biotech investors and clinical research professionals, this isn't just a history lesson, it is a framework for due diligence. With Dr. Makary influencing the conversation on regulatory reform, understanding his philosophy is now a competitive advantage. To understand the future, we have to look at how we got the past wrong. Makary argues that dogma forms when we ignore basic biology in favor of expert opinion. Exhibit A, the peanut allergy. In 2000, experts told parents to strictly avoid peanuts for young children. It sounded logical, but it violated a core biological principle, immune tolerance. By avoiding exposure, we effectively trained a generation of immune systems to attack peanuts. It took 17 years and a massive randomized trial, the LEAP study, to prove that early exposure actually prevents allergies. The consensus caused the epidemic. Exhibit B, antibiotics. For decades, medicine treated the body as a sterile vessel. We carpet-bombed minor infections with antibiotics, ignoring the collateral damage to the microbiome. Makary highlights that this sterility dogma has fueled the rise of autoimmune diseases, obesity, and antibiotic resistance. We were treating the bug, but destroying the ecosystem. Exhibit C, hormone replacement therapy. A flawed interpretation of data terrified millions of women into stopping estrogen, denying them protection against heart disease and dementia. The blind spot? Treating all hormones, synthetic versus bioidentical, as the same. So, if you are allocating capital in biotech, how do you apply the Makary filter? First, be ruthlessly skeptical of companies merely iterating on a broken standard of care. Makary is critical of the medical-industrial complex that profits from managing chronic symptoms rather than curing them. Instead, look for the correction plays, companies solving problems caused by previous dogmas. The microbiome. If the FDA moves away from the sterility dogma, expect a friendlier regulatory pathway for live biotherapeutics that restore gut ecology rather than just suppressing immunity. Modern menopause. Companies developing bioidentical hormones or non-hormonal solutions for menopause are correcting the damage done by the WHI study. This is a massive underserved longevity market. Non-opioid pain management. The opioid crisis was a consensus failure. The opportunity lies in non-addictive pain modulation. Metabolic health. Makary links ultra-processed foods and the old low-fat dogma to our metabolic crisis. Therapies that target inflammation and metabolic function, beyond just GLP-1s, are the future. For those running the trials, the CROs and site networks, Blind Spots is a manifesto on protocol design and ethics. Don't be afraid to push back during feasibility. Protocols that challenge dogma recruit faster because patients are desperate for alternatives. Your recruitment strategy needs radical transparency. Public trust is low. Acknowledge why past treatments failed. Use real-world evidence language. Makary favors honesty over medical speak. Finally, prepare for a shift in regulatory acceptability. A Makary-influenced FDA may place higher value on real-world evidence and pragmatic trials, rather than forcing every question into a sterile, perfect, randomized controlled trial. Blind Spots teaches us that the biggest risk isn't failing. The biggest risk is succeeding at the wrong thing because we followed the herd. Whether you're writing the check or writing the patient data, it's time to take the blinders off.